Before Leonardo da Vinci died, he said, "I have offended God and mankind because my work has not reached the potential that it was meant to reach." This was the Leonardo da Vinci that we all remember, the painter of the Mona Lisa. But we forget that he wasn't just a painter. He was an inventor, he was a scientist, he was a mathematician, he was a historian, a geologist. He did so many things, and he did a lot of these things well. And yet, in his dying moments, he felt like he had not done enough. He was by all measures a Renaissance man, a polymath who could actually polymath. He was good at it. He was by all accounts a genius. And yet, in his last times, he felt like he hadn't done enough. In a bid to be able to do everything, Leonardo da Vinci did less. I want to talk to you today about a curse. The curse of being a multi-potentialite. The curse of being multi-talented. You see, this curse, it doesn't involve witchcraft, bad juju, or your village people finally tracking you down. It's much cleaner, much more modern, and far more lethal to your bank account. It is a curse of being a high potential, multifaceted person. And this issue is actually not that isolated. Personally, my growing up, I was always heralded for being multi-talented. I could play football, I could sing, I was a volleyball player, I could run, I was athletic, I could recite religious verses, I could do almost everything. You would find me in debate class the same day you're gonna find me in a music class. But the thing is, while I was excellent at all of that, I didn't actually build a career in any of them. But I wager if I was one that focused on only one thing, I probably would have ended up building a career out of that specific thing. We clap for multi-talented people, we clap for multifaceted people, but for every one of them that makes it, there's actually so many that don't. There's so many that collapse under the weight of their own potential. If you're currently sitting at home with 5 different business ideas in your notebook, 3 different online courses that you haven't finished because Lord knows none of you want to finish courses, and a deep, crushing feeling that you are meant for greatness, but somehow you can't seem to afford your own data subscription, or even internet bills, or even electricity. Congratulations, you are trapped. And today, we are going to break the glass on why your brilliant mind is actually keeping you broke. Welcome to the Train of Thought podcast. And today, we're going to talk about the curse of multi-talented potential. Cue the intro. And look, if you have this multi-talented potential, I beg you to use it to like, subscribe, and share this video. Subscribe to this channel because if you like this information, you may never really meet it again. YouTube is inundated with shorts and it's difficult to find good content like this. So do the easy thing and like, share, subscribe. Let's engage and grow this community. Let's keep it moving. So during a recent live session with our community, a member dropped a question that it made me pause and smile a little. They asked, what is the hidden reason high potential and multifaceted people fail to execute? And what changed your life? Was it learning what to do or learning how to consistently do what you already knew? That is a nuclear bomb of a question because the internet has thoroughly gaslit our generation into believing that the ultimate currency of the 21st century is information. We are told that if we just learn one more skill, read one more book, or download one more PDF from a self-proclaimed guru living in a cave or a rented mansion, we will magically unlock the life that we are proud of. Now, the answer that I gave to this community member was actually inspired by my godfather. One time, in one of our business exploits, a business partner said something about me to him behind closed doors. He said, Hertz likes to succeed on paper before he succeeds in reality. And as a result, when my godfather told me that, it hurt. It was gut-wrenching. It put this huge spotlight on the fact that I spent a ton of time always preparing and trying to get things right and trying to be absolutely sure I was going to succeed than actually going out there and doing the thing. And he was right. Despite how it felt, he was absolutely right. And it changed entirely how I view and approach my own capacity, my own potential. So now I learned I only do half plans. I only plan enough to get me started, and then I get started. Then I modify the plan as I go. I no longer plan from A to Z. It's just not something I do anymore because I've learned that I was spending so much time planning than actually doing. And as a multi-potentialite, that is something you need to learn. We're going to go deeper into it in this episode, so hang around. Let's do a brutal reality check. If information was the solution, every single person with a smartphone and stable internet connection would be a millionaire in dollars. Instead, We are just the most anxious, overeducated generation in human history. I would actually add, we are overeducated and underintelligent. We have more dumb people with smartphones than smartphones with smart people. The reason high potential people fail, it isn't lack of information. It's the multi-hyphenate trap, the multi-talented trap. When you're multifaceted, your brain operates like a cheap laptop. It's running 50 open tabs on 2% battery and 2 GB of RAM. You have graphics designer, fashion illustrator, crypto trader, you're a student, you're an event planner, you sell real estate. You treat your focus like an all-you-can-eat buffet. You take a little bit of everything. But a buffet doesn't make you an elite athlete. It just makes you full, slow, and filled with regret. What changed my life completely? It wasn't learning what to do. I already knew what to do. I already knew what I needed to do and when I had to do it. Same thing with you. You already know what to do. You know when to wake up. You know to choose the right path. Choose the path. Build a monetization strategy and work on it until your brains beg for mercy. That is a better use of your energy than you choosing 100 other things to do, neither of which is actually leading to any money or to any growth. The magic to me didn't happen when I acquired more knowledge. It happened when I started doing, day after day, without succeeding on paper first. Let's look at the life cycle of a typical 20-something-year-old in our generation. Maybe you're a 19-year-old university student on holiday, staring at your wall because you just finished exams and realize that, well, adulthood is hovering over you like a paralysis demon. Or maybe you're 25, looking at the next 5 years of your life, realizing that the clock is ticking, and nobody's coming to save you, and nobody seems to be waiting for you. Not an opportunity, not the relatives, not the friends that you thought you had. They haven't stuck around. You are surrounded by pure, unadulterated noise. You see people on TikTok making thousands of videos. For people in the tech space right now, every day that you wake up, some guy is coming up saying, oh, Cloud just destroyed these guys. Claude just destroyed these guys. OpenAI just ended lawyers. Every single day, it feels like the world is basically collapsing from underneath your feet. You're seeing tech guys get acquired. You're seeing Kabila May becoming a $1 billion fashion influencing house. And it bothers you. And I understand. Your high potential brain looks at all of that and says, I can do that too. And I agree. I believe I can get on camera and do this like Kabila May did. But why am I not Kabila May? And you're right. You probably can. Brilliant. Good for you. How is that going for you now? You know what you do? Instead of focusing, you start doing everything at once. You write a skeletal plan for an app on Monday. You draft a fashion pattern on Tuesday. You start an operations management certificate on Wednesday. By Saturday, you're exhausted. Your brain is fried and you have executed exactly zero of what you started. You haven't moved the needle forward. You've just run in 5 different directions at supersonic speed and you ended up exactly where you started. You basically did like, I think it was Barry Allen in that movie, The Flash, where he circled the world and was doing all these different permutations to try and save, I think, Batman or himself. I don't know, the movie sucked. But he went around the world multiple times trying to reverse time and he always ended up exactly where he started. That's you. You're Barry Allen. Horrible movie. Good lesson. You're now confused, anxious, and suffering from a massive case of imposter syndrome. You see, ambitious people don't fail because they can't build. They fail because they refuse to let their other ideas die. They treat their businesses like their beloved pets. Oh, I can't drown this app. It's so cute. I can't tell you how many apps I still have live today that I'm paying certain server fees for because I can't let them die. They really should be in the grave. That's just the truth. Listen to me very carefully. To choose everything is to choose nothing. To be medicine to everything is to be poison to yourself. If you want a life within the next 5 years that you are going to be proud of, your strategy should not be addition or multiplication. Your strategy should be elimination. It should be subtraction. Look at the most successful executed models in history. They didn't start off as grand. Amazon started off selling books. That's all it started with. Facebook started out as a directory for university students at one university. Now they have billions of users. Every single operation that you're proud of, it started out as one unit, and that unit was done very well. And upon the success of that unit is where everything else was built. So remember the question I mentioned from the start again. What changed my life more? Learning what to do or learning how to constantly and consistently do it? What changed my life wasn't learning what to do or how to do it consistently. What changed my life was learning to just get out there and do. Like Nike says, absolutely not sponsored because sponsored by Train of Thought, but you just do it. You see, I always knew what I was supposed to be doing, how and when. I just was not doing it. And the moment I made that decision, I started seeing results. As I'm recording this video, Train of Thought has made a year. And just a year ago, I didn't exist online. My voice didn't exist anywhere online. My ideas, my thoughts, they didn't matter. Today, just a year later, over 500,000 people are following me across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and wherever you're hearing this video from. And the most powerful part of that is I just had to do. My decision was make 3 videos and post them and see how you feel after the 3 videos. Guess what? Before video number 3 was done, I had recorded 3 more and a year has passed. I'm over 300 videos deep, hundreds of millions of views deep, and so many lives that I have touched, improved, shaped, taught, that I never thought were possible. My voice wouldn't have existed if I did not learn to do. If you're running a small business out of your brother's shop with nothing but a phone, or starting out your career as a fashion illustrator or as a musician, etc., the goal is not for you to become Louis Vuitton today. The goal is for you to get out there and put yourself out there in the current capacity that you are in. The scale will always follow the actions. Louis Vuitton started out making nothing but suitcases. Today, they are making everything. Don't try to force a massive multi-tiered corporate vision into an audience that is still trying to figure out if you are a real business or just 2 kids in a trench coat running an elaborate internet scam. This actually reminds me of that one episode from BoJack Horseman. I think the guy called himself Vincent Adult Man. Stupid episode, but really good lesson about the 3 kids in a trench coat. Anyways, many times when people tell me, oh, I'm starting this business, or I want to start a business, but I'm still putting together a business plan, I just laugh. None of the greatest businesses ever had business plans. They started and then started figuring things out along the way. In fact, Mackenzie Bezos wrote the Amazon business plan after Amazon had already launched. Facebook never had a business plan until it had over millions of users. And it was Sheryl Sandberg that actually taught them how to put together a business plan and how to put together a company. The same thing with Google. These were PhD students that discovered something incredible, patented it, put the technology out into the world. We can go on and on and on. They were not preparing that much. They were not exercising all these talents that much. They were doing the one thing well and then figuring other things out along the way. Jay-Z today is one of the biggest moguls in music, in entertainment, in sports, you name it. But he started out only rapping. That's all he was doing. The same thing happened with J. Cole. Now he plays basketball and what else the guy is up to. But he started out simply rapping. That was the thing that got him through the door. Kanye West was a good rapper, but he knew that production would get him through the door first. He started out as a producer, then fought for his spot as a rapper. The list goes on, and I'm sure you get the point. So, in typical Train of Thought fashion, we always look for solutions to the things we talk about. How do you break the cycle? How can a high potential person like you actually learn to execute? Forget this soft motivational self-help advice. I want to give you 5 brutal, non-nonsense, non-negotiable rules that if you apply them, you're going to move from I want to be this because I'm capable of doing this and this and this and this to I am doing this extremely well and I am interested in whatever else. Let's go. Number 1, the law of elimination. Learn to kill the things you love. Google has what they call a Google graveyard. It is this website that has all the different products that Google has killed over the years. That graveyard has more products that Google has killed than the products that Google has that are still alive. It goes to show you that to build great things, you actually spend more time destroying than building. You must learn the process of elimination without any attachment. Pick one thing that fits your current infrastructure. If all you have is a phone and a stable internet connection, you're not going to build the Amazon of Africa this week. You probably want to take a different path until you get to that level. Let the other ideas starve to death. At the very least, relegate them to hobbies so that you don't dedicate as much energy and time as you would to a career or a venture. These are just distractions with a pretty face, and they're trying to convince you that they're good for you. Number 2, divorce your execution from your emotions. I made a video some time ago that said don't mix affairs of the heart with affairs of the mind. The heart is like fuel. It is meant to absolutely drive you, but the mind is the steering wheel. If you do not have the fuel, the car doesn't move. But if you don't have a steering wheel, you're gonna hit a wall. So what happens is your emotions should only drive you to be motivated to do the thing, and then use your mind, use your logic to steer decisions, execute clinically and emotionless. There's a movie called Equilibrium by Christian Bale, I think. It's from like 2001, if I'm not mistaken. And they had these rules in this dystopian world. And the cutest thing about the rules was that they were never allowed to feel anything. And there were these enforcers called grammaton clerics who would kill you for feeling things. But the efficiency at which this world operated at was incredible. And it showed you just how much can be done if you put your feelings out of the way. Stop waiting for inspiration to hit you. Inspiration is a myth that was developed by artisans in the 19th century, and all of them died of tuberculosis. If you only work when you feel like it, you are going to lose so much. I kid you not, I don't want to record this episode today. I am tired. I've had a long day. I just came back from the gym, but I gotta be here because it must be done. That is the dedication that puts logic way ahead of emotions. Because if I only did things when I felt like it, I wouldn't be able to deliver. Number 3, build for the micro market, not the dream enterprise. Prophet Muhammad convinced one person about Islam, the lady Khadija, who was his wife. That's all he needed to get the Islamic religion started. Today, billions of people are Muslims. Jesus Christ convinced 12 people. Realistically, he convinced one and then used that to snowball to convince 12 other people. Today, Christianity is a religion followed by billions of people. The lesson there is that you must focus on building for the smallest possible unit involved. If you're trying to make music, first of all, make music that is beautiful to you. Then make it beautiful to the closest people around you. Doesn't have to be your friends, doesn't have to be your family. They just have to be the type of people you're making the music for. Similar for any business, sell to the smallest group that you can start selling to and then improve from there. There was a point in time when Dangote sold his first bag of cement. He didn't start off with 1 million bags. He started off with 1, and now he's Africa's richest man. Don't try to build the enterprise all at once. Don't try to execute everything all at once. Start with the smallest unit and grow from there. Number 4, protect the monopoly of your time. We live in an incredibly distracted world. There is noise everywhere. There is chaos. There is things. There's the world burning in one place, and then one swipe away you're seeing some guy jumping off a bridge. Then another swipe away you're seeing some guy driving a Lamborghini. Then another swipe away you're seeing breasts bigger than you've ever seen right in your face. Then another swipe away OnlyFans. Then another swipe away they're killing people in Israel. Then another swipe away. It's never ending. It's non-stop. If you don't learn to protect your energy, if you don't learn to protect your mind, you're never going to actually lock in and focus. I find it ironic that a lot of the videos of people telling people to lock in are actually videos that distract people from locking in. And I think it's utterly funny. And it happens. You're working, then your phone buzzes, somebody shared a reel with you, and the purpose of that reel is to remind you to lock in. But you were locked in before the video came in. Now you're unlocked, because now you're watching some video with that soundtrack that goes pa pa pam 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 pa pa boom boom. And then there is a bunch of guys doing push-ups, and then like Rocky Balboa is in the back saying, if you don't get it, nobody's gonna get it for you. You gotta be great. You gotta do this amazing. And then it's just like, well, you were locked in before. That's the world we live in today. You must learn to protect the monopoly of your time. Don't let the things that are supposed to save you from distractions be your distractions. Some of you are way too distracted with looking for motivation that you end up finding motivation to look for more motivation than actually working. And then finally, stop collecting data to hide from risk. This is my absolute favorite way that intelligent people ruin their lives. I was one of those people where I would look for all the reasons this thing is not going to work, all the reasons this thing is going to be difficult, all the reasons this thing is not going to pan out the way I think it's going to pan out, and all the, instead of just saying, okay, I have one good way out, I don't care what all the bad things around are. I think it was Steve Jobs, when he was speaking about SWOT analysis, he said, if I have one good strength and one good opportunity, I don't care if I have 100 threats and 100 weaknesses. Something to that effect. And it's very true. Sometimes you don't have to have a mountain of evidence of why your product is a great idea. You just have to have one convincing, strong reason that it is, and it doesn't matter what the weaknesses are. Can you imagine how impossible it must have been to sell the idea of a frisbee as a toy? A frisbee, think about it. It's a plate that you throw. It doesn't come back to you. You have to run and pick it up, or play it with a friend who throws it back, or get a dog. So it is a toy that requires you to get a pet so you can enjoy it. If the person that invented the frisbee said, nah man, nobody's going to buy a flying plate, we wouldn't have frisbees. billions of frisbees have been sold. Millions are sold every year. In Norway, there's a whole big thing about frisbee golf. Weirdest sport I've ever seen. Everybody that plays it looks weird to me, but by God, they play it. They throw it and it lands in a net, then they walk long distances, pick it up, throw it again. It just keeps going on and on. I don't know when you win. I don't know how you win. But they play it. But can you imagine how it would have been if the person that invented frisbee just said, nah, there are too many weaknesses? It's the same thing. It's that you should not look for all the reasons things shouldn't work. You should stop over-researching and just get on with it. Just get in there and do it. The faster you do it, the faster you can fail. And the faster you can fail, the faster you can fix the problems. And if the problems are unfixable, the faster you can move on and try something else. So, to the confused 19-year-old or the 25-year-old trying to map out a wonderful decade of your life, and to every multifaceted creator watching this, stop treating your intelligence like a net that tries to catch all the fish in the ocean. Treat it like a laser that burns through one specific molecule at a time. You don't need more potential. You just need the discipline to kick away everything else and stay in one lane. Stay on that one process, even if it gets boring, even if it gets uninspiring. It will eventually work out. Stick to it until the job is done. You must get out of the trap. You must close all the tabs and you must execute. Let you not be like the great Leonardo da Vinci, who, despite all the great things he did, he died unsatisfied with his life because he believed he did not reach his full potential. You are capable of a lot more if you stop trying to do a lot more. My name is Hertz Fauzan and I am your loyal conductor on the Train of Thought podcast. This episode is written by Imole and directed by Latifa. It is edited by Zaidan and Toby and produced by Wale Ogden, with a big special thanks to the whole Train of Thought team. From all of us to you, I'll see you in the next train.